Hello, good morning children. Welcome to today's session of online class of Sri Gokulam Guruvayur. Children, in our last class we have discussed about the formal organization. Now let us discuss about the informal organization. Interaction among people at workplace give rise to a network of social relationships among the employees called as informal organization. So, informal organization means interaction of people where in the workplace. Because of that workplace, a social relationship is created among the employees. That is known as informal organization. For example, when a manager and a subordinates, they take part in a cricket match on Sundays, or they are having a coffee or tea in a canteen. So that all is an example of informal organization. Informal organization emerges within the formal organization when people interact beyond their officially defined roles. In last class we have studied formal organization, in which we saw that in formal organization there is each person have his own role which is officially laid down. So each person know his duties and responsibility, which is actually defined by the top management. But in case of informal organization, which is a part of formal organization but not created by the management, so that informal organization, they interact with the people beyond their officially laid defined roles. Now let us see the definition of informal organization. Informal organization is a network of personal and social relations not established by the formal organization but arising spontaneously as people associate with one another. Here are the features of informal organization. The first feature is informal organization originates from within the formal organization as a result of social interaction among the employee. So in the workplace, when many employees are working together, they come together, they interact with each other, and thus informal organization is originates. So within a formal organization, you can see this informal organization created. Second point, it emerges spontaneously and is not deliberately created by the management. So it is not created by the management like formal organization, but it is created spontaneously. Third point is the standard of behavior evolved from the group norms rather than officially laid down rules and regulations. You saw that in formal organization, the rules and regulations are created by the top management, and each employees are bound to follow that rules and regulations. But in case of informal organization, there are standards of behavior which evolve from the group norms. Okay, so how people or how a person, individual should behave in a group, so that general norms have to be norms will be there and not created by the formal organization. The fourth point is it has no definite structure or form because it is a complex network of social relationship among the members. So it have no structure like formal structure. We know that who is the top management, how many departments are there, who are the department heads of each, or who are the manager of each department. That is already fixed, we know that. And it is not so complex, we can understand it. But in case of informal organization, because it is a network of employees working in that organization and they interact among themselves, so it is not a this type of organization structure does not have a definite structure, and it is very complex to understand it. Next point is it does not have fixed lines of communication. In formal organization, we have seen that there is scalar chain. Through that scalar chain, the communication flow take place. But in case of informal organization, there is no fixed line of communication. Anybody can communicate to anyone. Next point is informal organization have no written rules. It's fluid in form and scope. In case of formal organization, every work is in paperwork, that is documented. So almost a big part of the work is documented in case of formal organization. But in case of informal organization, there is no rule as to have a written work. Okay, so these are the 6 points of features of informal organization. Now here are the advantages of informal organization. The first point of advantage is it leads to faster spread of information as well as quick feedback, since fixed lines of communications are not followed. If we pass an information to one person, that person will inform to two. This person will inform to 4 and the other person will inform to 5. So that the other person will spread the information to the other persons. So there is not a formal way of communication. Anybody can communicate to anyone. So hence we can say that one of the advantage of having informal organization is faster spread of information and quick feedback we can get. That is one advantage of informal organization. This next point is it helps to fulfill the social needs of the members. It increases their job satisfaction, enhances their job satisfaction, since it gives them a sense of belongingness in the organization. Since many people are working together, a feeling of belongingness will be there, and there will be job satisfaction because there is no restriction on social needs of the member to be fulfilled. So they can freely interact with their co-employees, and there will be a feeling of belongingness in the organization that will lead to a job satisfaction among the employee. So that is one advantage of having an informal organization within the formal organization. The next advantage of informal organization is it compensates thereby contributing towards achieving organizational objective. For example, employees' reaction towards plans and policies can be tested through the informal network. So if we pass one of the plan or policy to one of the employee, he will spread that in the organization. We know the behavior of human is same everywhere. So if we communicate one of the plan of the organization to one of the employee, he will communicate to the other employee, and it will spread like a fire. The advantage about this is we can know about the reaction of the employees before that plan is implemented. So how they will take it, or how they will respond to that particular plan, can be known in advance. So according to that, the management can think about the other steps. So that is one advantage of having informal organization. So that were the 3 points of advantage. Now look into the disadvantage of informal organization. Here is the first disadvantage. Informal organization may become disruptive force when it spreads rumors. This may work against the interest of the formal organization. So we know that in formal organization, the communicated information is very that is fair and true, because it is only a matter of work. So only the things which is on the interest of the organization, that is communicated to the other parties. But in case of informal organization, it can lead to destructive force, because it can spread the rumors also. So that can be a disadvantage for the firm. Next point of disadvantage of informal organization is informal organization may resist any change in the organization. So the management may not be successful in implementing changes. It may delay or restrict growth. So children, when in an informal organization, we allow informal organization to the growth of informal organization, it can sometimes act against the organization. If the number of informal organization or their group is too strong, they will resist to change. Okay, so resisting the change means what? Whatever change is brought in the company, it is good for the company. It is for the growth of the company. And if employees are resisting it, it is actually resistance or restriction on the growth of the company. So that is the disadvantage from the organization's point of view. So you can see here, who wants changes? So when a boss is asking who wants changes, everybody are responding, yes, everybody wants the change. But who wants to change? Nobody is ready to change, because they have to work according to that. So that is the all about managements. The next point of disadvantage related to informal organization is it pressurizes members to conform to group expectation. This can be harmful to the organization if the norms set by the groups are against organizational interest. See children, it is a normal behavior of the people that when one person want to look different, the other will talk about it and they will force the other person to look like themselves. Okay, so that is the nature of the group. So in that same way, when a group of people, they want a small group of people to accept the norms of the group, it may sometimes hamper the or disturb the organizational interest. If that big group is against the organization interest, it will directly affect the organization's growth. So that is the point of disadvantage of informal organization. Now here is the distinguish between formal organization and informal organization. Here is the basis, formal organization and informal organization. Let us go through this. First point of basis is origin. Formal organization is originated as a result of company's rules and policy. But in case of informal organization, it originates as a result of social interaction among the employees. Second point is authority. Authority arises by virtue of position in the management. So what is your position? According to that you will get the authority. And here, in case of informal organization, the personal qualities of the person in that group will, according to that person will get the authority. Behavior. Standards of behavior are laid down by the rules. So how a person should behave in the organization, it is laid down in advance in case of formal organization. That is, no smoking in the office premises, mobile phones prohibited. So such rules are laid down in the formal organization. In case of informal organization, there is no set of behavior pattern. Okay, so how a group should behave, it is not so particularly mentioned in case of informal organization. Now regarding leadership, managers are leaders, and in case of informal organizations, leaders may or may not be managers. They are chosen by the group. So leaders are chosen by the groups in case of informal organization. Now flow of communication. Flow of communication take place as per the scalar chain, and communication does not take place through a planned route. It can take place in any direction. Nature, it's too rigid. It is difficult to change the formal organization, and informal organization we can change it. So these are the disadvantage of formal and informal organization. So children, now it is time to conclude today's session. Today we have discussed the meaning and definition of informal organization, advantage and disadvantage of informal organization. We also saw the difference between formal and informal organization. Children, you have to read the textbook covering these points. Write down the notes provided to you in the business study notebook. Attend the test paper. Read the question carefully before you write the answers. Now let us meet in the next session with a new topic. Till then, take care. Goodbye.